Tina is a born fangirl. Whenever she sees a handsome guy, her eyes immediately light up. A newcomer from the magazine company arrives. Tina's world freezes in an instant. The young man is so handsome, with long bangs, mischievous and lazy eyes. The beauty mark at the corner of his eye is the finishing touch. This mixed-race handsome guy makes Tina want to pounce on him and take a bite. The editor-in-chief quickly wakes Tina up, tells her that Jack is a newcomer, asks Tina to guide him well. Tina is overjoyed, bouncing and skipping. She takes Jack to a Chinese restaurant called Yangzhou Merchant, treats Jack to a meal. This guy is not polite at all. He immediately orders Yangzhou fried rice with pan-fried dumplings, sour and spicy dandan noodles, and all in large portions. Tina doesn't order anything. She has had a small appetite since birth. No matter how delicious the food is, she can't taste anything in her mouth. Jack bites the chopsticks with his mouth, rolls up his sleeves and starts eating directly. He takes a big mouthful of noodles into his mouth. The taste is really good. He happily eats it with the pan-fried dumplings, and keeps stuffing himself with Yangzhou fried rice, as if he hasn't eaten for days. But in the eyes of the fangirl Tina, Jack's wolfing down of food completely mesmerizes her. Watching Jack eat, sweating profusely, unbuttoning his collar, Tina's long-lost appetite suddenly blossoms. As if there's a fire burning in her chest, she immediately raises her hand, asking the restaurant to serve her a bowl of extra-large ramen. Her eyes determined, pick up the chopsticks, suck the noodles and chew, swallow effortlessly in one breath. The texture is chewy and full of energy. The noodles are coated with soup. Every time she sucks them into her mouth, the soup splashes and splatters all over her face. Tina doesn't care at all. She is wholeheartedly eating with big bites. This enraptured expression leaves Jack stunned. Tina picks up a half-boiled egg and takes a bite. The egg has a perfect aroma. A thick slice of char siu goes into her mouth. The meat dances around in her mouth. The more she chews, the more flavorful it becomes. Tina wipes off the soup from her mouth and continues eating. Her hand holding the chopsticks doesn't stop at all. One mouthful of noodles with a spoonful of soup. The more she eats, the more delicious it becomes. Unknowingly, Tina is also eating with sweat on her forehead. Without a doubt, her lost appetite has finally returned after many years. In no time, Tina devours a large bowl of char siu ramen completely. Tina never expected that watching a handsome guy eat would actually cure her bird-like appetite after all these years. Tina thanks Jack, and hurriedly runs back to the magazine company. For the first time in her life, she regains her appetite, all because of a handsome guy eating in front of her. That she developed it. Tina decides to start a food column, writing about her daily process of finding and eating with handsome guys. This idea serves as both an excuse for her fangirling and a way to satisfy her taste buds. Truly a win-win situation. Tina presents her proposal to the editor-in-chief, explaining her creative idea. The editor-in-chief looks utterly confused. What are you talking about regarding my clothes and hat? Tina realizes her mistake, and quickly apologizes. But then she accidentally steps on empty air, and falls heavily in front of the editor-in-chief. Fortunately, her body has an extraordinary cushioning effect, and she is unharmed. It turns out that Tina, who is severely nearsighted, left her glasses at the restaurant. It seems that the phrase, beauty is pleasing to the eye, holds true, whether in front of guys or girls. In the following days, Tina officially embarks on her fangirling journey of dining with handsome guys. As soon as she sees a handsome guy eating, her body instantly awakens. A fire ignites in her chest, filled with desire. The handsome guy she was supposed to interview today, cancelled at the last minute. Looking at the table full of food, Tina has no appetite at all. At that moment, a nearby customer catches Tina's attention. The young man looks clean and pleasant. Watching him eat can awaken her own appetite. But then, in the next second, the young man starts using a towel to wipe everything, even takes off his socks, rubbing his body, exposing his heels. This whole scene completely bewilders Tina. Just then, the photographer rushes in with his equipment. Seeing the table full of delicious food, he quickly takes out his camera. The young man has handsome features, innocent eyes, a slightly upturned lips, as if forever wearing a sweet smile, giving a very comfortable feeling. The young handsome guy sets up the equipment and prepares to shoot. Tina tells him that the interviewee for today cancelled. Let's have this meal together. The young man's interest is immediately piqued. No need to work and still get to enjoy a free meal. He becomes excited right away. The soup dumplings have paper-thin skin, but are incredibly resilient. With a gentle peel using chopsticks, the rich soup immediately spills out. The joyful expression on the young handsome guy's face makes Tina's heart flutter. Her heart beats faster and faster. This young handsome guy must be really hungry. He ignores all the dishes on the table, and focuses only on the main course. Taking a big bite of fried noodles with small wontons, he is truly enjoying the meal. His blissful expression brightens Tina's spirits. Her appetite increases significantly. She picks up a garlic scallop, one bite at a time. The scallop is thick and tender. As soon as it enters her mouth, the sweet and fresh taste melts on her tongue, combined with scallions and soy sauce, taking the flavor to another level. Tina grabs some salt and pepper squid, and takes a bite. Indeed, it's delicious. The squid is perfectly fried. The more she chews, the more flavorful it becomes. Just as Tina is indulging in the flavors, she is surprised by the sweet and sour fish in front of her. Chinese cuisine is truly profound and extensive. This fish, swimming in the tangy vinegar, is so tempting. The restaurant owner comes over, uses a spoon to separate the fish meat, and dips it in sauce. Excitedly, Tina picks up a piece of fish meat. The taste is amazing. The fish's skin is crispy and crunchy, while the meat inside is tender and juicy. The sweet and sour sauce enhances the refreshing feeling of the dish. It's truly addictive. The more Tina chews, the more fragrant it becomes. She can't stop eating. The owner brings rice, pours the sweet and sour fish sauce on top, and adds the leftover crumbs of salt and pepper squid. Tina lifts the bowl of this combination of flavors, and dives right in. The double combination of sauce and seasoning. Tina has never tasted anything like it before. She keeps eating, one mouthful after another. The way she eats astonishes the young handsome guy. "Why don't you share some of that delicious mixed rice with me?" Before the young handsome guy can say anything, Tina finishes the mixed rice completely. Not a single grain of rice is left. Although today's interview couldn't be completed, having the company of the young handsome guy and the photographer allowed Tina to have a satisfying meal. It was a worthwhile experience. Brazilian barbecue has a unique way of eating. The waiter holds a large fork loaded with grilled meat and comes to the table. The handsome guy gracefully takes the meat slices and tells Tina that the beef skirt and black vinegar sauce are a perfect match. When eaten, they are juicy and tender. The charred texture blends with the meaty flavor. The handsome guy's elegant actions leave Tina infatuated. The waiter brings freshly grilled picanha. This is a rare part of the beef leg, with very little fat. The handsome guy carefully tells Tina, although it looks a bit tough, it's actually very tender when eaten, and has a rich texture. Such meticulous care leaves Tina itching for more. Her appetite increases. She picks up her knife and fork, and cuts a piece of rump cap. It's so soft and tender in the mouth. The rock-salt grilled beef becomes more fragrant as it's chewed. The perfectly balanced sweetness melts on the tongue, and with a bite of the western vinegar sauce, the flavor reaches new heights. Then she picks up a slice of picanha, instantly craving a bowl of rice. The juicy and tender grilled meat, paired with the black vinegar sauce, feels almost magical. The texture completely transforms. This picanha is indeed delicate, tastes like a premium pork tenderloin. It melts in the mouth without the need to chew. Tina sprinkles some salt and pepper on the picanha, takes a big bite. The taste is truly amazing. She feels like she's about to fly. She then picks up a piece of grilled pineapple. The texture is superb. Grilling brings out the sweetness of the pineapple even more. In an instant, Tina wants to give the person who first invented grilled pineapple a certificate of appreciation. At that moment, the waiter brings freshly baked sausage. Tina can't wait to take a bite. The experience of Brazilian barbecue is truly unique. The smoky flavor mixed with the meat and charcoal aroma creates a culinary masterpiece in the air. When you take the first bite, you'll discover the incredibly rich texture of the meat. The outer layer is crispy and crunchy, while the inside is tender and juicy. It retains the original flavor of the meat, and has a special taste from the charcoal fire. The freedom to choose makes Brazilian barbecue a personalized culinary feast. Tina fantasizes that every bite of grilled meat is fed to her by handsome guys, one bite after another. She can't stop at all. This is what endless happiness feels like. Unbeknownst to her, she finishes all the grilled meat. The food interview was a great success, but what Tina didn't expect was an unexpected surprise to come. On the way back, the handsome guy suddenly takes out a ring box, and Tina is completely stunned. She's been fantasizing about finding a handsome guy every day, and today, she might finally be able to get into a relationship. Tina excitedly reaches for the ring box, feeling incredibly thrilled. But unfortunately, her excitement was premature. As she opens it, it turns out that it's not a ring inside. Without a doubt, it's a steamed bun. It turns out, the handsome guy owns a cake shop, and recently, he created a new product, targeting individuals like Tina, who are single at an older age. He hoped that Tina would use this interview to promote his new product. Tina stares at the handsome guy expressionlessly. She really wants to slap him, and that's how hopeless romantic Tina's love dream gets shattered once again.